So welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will be rating CXC subjects from hardest to easiest, and these selections will be based on my 11 CSEC subjects. So if you're interested, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's get into it. So as I said, we're going to list 11 of them, and I'm going to start from the hardest one, go straight down to the easiest. And yeah, so let's go. So at number 1 on the list, which we're gonna start from hardest to easiest. Number 1 for the hardest CSEC, when I said CXC I meant CSEC subject that I did. What takes the cake for the hardest, in my opinion, is physics, right? So on my list, physics is at the top. Physics take the cake. To me, physics worse than maths, because at least the maths we could have maneuver my way through it. Physics, me just never have a clue what go on right this one. So that is why physics is at number 1 on top of the list. Now some people might disagree and say about maths hard, or maths probably worse than it. And for me, I got a grade 3 in CSEC physics, which, as a matter of fact, it was the only grade 3 I got, CSEC physics, and there's a reason for that. I just never understand, I never know what me I do or what was keeping right there. Up to this day, me still don't know what I go on that same way. Just to tell you how bad it was. So that's it for the hardest one on my list, and then let's move on. Next on the list, no, I said that physics was worse than maths, but guess what? Maths was not too far behind the physics, okay? It never did too far behind. And so the maths is next on the list at number 2 for the hardest CXC subject. Why maths? Everybody knows that paper 2 is a beast. That paper 2 literally mash up your head, confuse you, give you high blood pressure, everything, like literally everything. So that is why math is number 2 on the list. Like, many need for I must say no, give them much explanation, because I don't know why maths is right there on the list. Then we're going down, and third on the list for hardest CSEC subject is chemistry. Why is chemistry here? And me wonder if you not realize like a trend. Physics, maths, chemistry. What do all these three, what them have in common? So one bright person just answer that question in the comment section. What does maths, physics, and chemistry have in common? One bright person just answer it, please. The numbers, the calculations, that is it, and that is it. You have to work out something for these subjects. Physics, you have your formula, speed and velocity and all that. Maths, you have your matrix and a vector and a. I was teaching a CSEC maths again. What else I'm doing a maths? They do quadratic expression and it, something in a maths. Maybe, yeah. Them something that them doing a maths. But no man. All three have in common the fact say them include some numbers and some calculation and some working out, some little confusion, some little bust your brain, right? That is what they all have in common. Forget that part. Now let's move on, right? And so for physics, that was I had a grade 3 in physics, a grade 2 in maths, and a grade 2 in chemistry. And now we're going down one more. What next after chemistry? So next on the list is information technology. Now bear in mind, you may or may not agree with this list based on your experience, but oh well. Now the reason why IT is next on the list. IT have 5 SBA. The data processing one, the spreadsheet, the web page design. What else we do for IT? The Mr. Programmer already. The programming, it's a database. Me leave out one. The database one, the spreadsheet, the programming, the web page design, and the word processing. Yes, there's a word processing SBA also. So 5 SBA for one subject. That is why I would say it's not the hardest subject. But the exam for IT, honestly, it wasn't the hardest exam. It's not the exam why I have IT at number 4 on this list. That's not it. It's mainly because of the SBA. It's very time consuming for you to submit them 5 SBA there, right? For just one subject. So that is why it's at number 4 on this list. And so that was grade 1 for IT. Now going down the list to number 5, we have biology. Now it's 5th on this list for hardest subject. Why? Biology, out of all the sciences, I understood biology the most. Like out of biology, chemistry, physics, out of those 3, I understood biology. Like I can remember some stuff from back then, even now. That means that I was learning. Chemistry, you can't ask me some questions about chemistry from back then. You can't ask me some questions about physics. You can't ask me nothing about physics from back then. I'm tell them I can't answer them questions then. Chemistry, I might can answer something, but not like that. But biology was basically the only science subject that I was learning in, right? So that is why it's at number 5 on this list. Anyway, then number 6. Number 6 on the list is agricultural science. Now, agri was one of the subjects that I got a distinction in, right? Agri. No, I did love agri, to be honest. Like, me never, it was alright. For me, agriculture was just one subject where I never did feel so stressed out. I do. You know, you ever do a class and you can't bother and you feel like agri, me never got class and feel stressed out. Like, I just agree. We got agri. You know what I mean? Say, we go up on the farm. Not that I was very handy, you know, but it never stressed me out. It wasn't a subject when I did half on my brain and half, stress out myself. No, like agri did go agri. It did just okay for me. Like it did okay. I did like agri too, so yeah. And the funny thing, you know, I'm gonna say I went grade 10 before me do the exam in grade 11. I did get a new agri teacher, and I think I the first exam when me do, right? Which for me, as I said, agri never that bust my brain from back then, because one thing about me, you know, you see when it comes to taking a theory test, I can't answer your question, you know, but it's a different thing if for example one procedure, I answer it properly on the paper, is a different thing for us if we demonstrate that procedure, because it probably not go execute as how it should. Either way, she wrote on a paper that you're going to get a distinction in agri, and we end up getting the distinction in agri. So God is good. Moving on now from agriculture, as I say, never stress me out, and that's why it is number 6 on the list of hardest subjects. So as we are going down the list, the subject is getting easier, like at least to me, in my opinion, based on the workload and the SBA. Going down on the list after agri is food, nutrition, and health. Now for foods, I also got a grade 1 with distinction in it. Now the thing is that alright, if you don't watch that video with me saying me can't really cook, which that is somewhat true. That is somewhat true, but basically I wasn't the best chef in the kitchen, but I still pass foods. I still pass it, and I still do something, still do something. So for me in foods class, I must agree. But for me in foods class, I never stress out about foods. I'm not gonna lie. One subject I never stress out about. I never stress out about in my class, and when the teacher talk, you know, alright, you ever in a class where you're actually interested in what is being taught. So it's like that. For example, if I'm in foods class and the teacher says something, I go home and remember what she talked about today. If I'm in an agri class and I go home, you know, so I go remember what the teacher that said, because I'm actually interested. Now in physics class, the teacher cannot talk for the full 1 hour, and I still go home and not hear nothing. Like, no. me literally just a hear her, but me didn't listen to her. So no information or retained from what she did claim say she has said. So it's a bit like that. Alright, so that is it, foods. And then go down, we have HSB. So human and social biology is next on the list. So now HSB, everybody, well, if you know the story, you know, say I did HSB in grade 11 with my other subjects, but HSB was not a part of my nine proposed subjects, right? So basically I was supposed to do 9 subjects and end up doing 11 subjects, but basically HSB was one of the extra subjects, right? So it was done externally from my school, right? So it wasn't under my high school that I did that subject, right? It was done differently, externally. But HSB, me never did put, me not say me not put no effort, but me never did put as much effort in a HSB. I was already doing general biology. I already did general biology, so for me, HSB need bust my brain. Me need stress about HSB. Me not even get to really got HSB class like that is the honest truth. So it's like me used to have the evening class and separate differently, and it's like me could reach. Sometimes you see me, sometimes you don't. Until you reach a point where I say, here, I'm do general biology. Me busy about my brain about the bag of subject them. Because remember, some in grade 11, I have much subject I do differently. Plus the HSB externally. So I say, here, what? I do general biology. I know the textbook. Just the same Collins biology or the Collins HSB book, whichever one you have, you use it. But basically, I say, here, what? I don't have time for this. So I just study from the general biology book. I still pass the grade 1. Moving on, and this is the last one on the list. So basically, this is the 11th subject, and this would basically be the easiest subject that I did. And this subject is family and resource management. It is last on the list, so that means that it is the easiest subject that I did. No, to be honest, I did actually study for family and resource management. That is it. I did actually study for it. No, the exam wasn't anything for bust your brain both. For make you, you know what I mean? Say, like, it wasn't a biology exam. It wasn't technical to the point where you couldn't make up a definition if they asked you something. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a physics or a maths exam. So it's like, even if you don't know what it is, based on the word, they can formulate a definition. Never technical like that. To be honest, you can make up a definition and explain it perfectly. So basically that is that. But that is it. So basically the top 3 easiest, I'm just going to read them from the bottom. The top 3 easiest subjects would be family and resource management. I missed one, sorry. Okay, so after human and social biology, the 10th subject would actually be social studies. And so social studies, really love social studies, and I did that externally from my school, right, from my high school. I really love social studies. I tell us, oh, that year when I do the social studies, just paper 1, and I tell us 58 out of the 60 questions, and I see them already. So you know, some did maths up like the paper, the quick and fast, and I did also know some SPA did good. So I was not stressing about anything like that, right? So that is basically that. So the top easiest subjects would be family and resource management, social studies, and then human and social biology. Like, that is it in my opinion. But let me just recap the entire list from hardest to easiest. At the top of the list, physics, maths, chemistry, information technology, biology, agricultural science, food and nutrition, human and social biology, social studies, and family and resource management is last. But basically that is the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and tell me if you agree with this list down in the comments. Bye guys.